You're welcome back, and you're still watching Newsnight, reaching you live from Nigeria's capital, Abuja. I'm Christian Ogodo.
And I am Amaka Ude-Walker.
A human rights organization is asking the Inspector General of Police, Usman Al-Khalibaba, to question the Minister of State for Labor and Employment, Festus Keyamo, over his comment on an assassination attempt on presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Peter Obi. Keyamo, who is the official spokesperson for Bola Tinubu Presidential Candidates Campaign Council, had in a statement claimed that Obi plans to fake an assassination attempt on himself and hire Labour Party boys dressed in APC caps and T-shirts to attack some Labour Party offices. The advocates of people's rights and justice in a petition to the IG said the organization, as an accredited independent National Electoral Commission INEC observer, finds the actions of politicians ahead of the 2023 general election as capable of heating the polity. The organization requests the police to invite Festus Keyamo for interrogation and warning for comments capable of invoking violence contrary to the Electoral Act 2022. Okay, we have joining us now in the studio the National Coordinator Advocates for People's Rights and Justice, Giwa Victor. Very warm welcome to Newsnight.
Thank you for having me.
You think what the Minister of State for Labor said is alarming enough to raise your organization sending a petition to the Inspector General of Police? You don't see it as maybe just one of those jabberings from politicians?
Well, thank you very much. I think it's very important that we understand the fact that we are approaching the 2023 election, and the Electoral Act 2022 is very clear. The statement made by Festus Keyamo is not only inciting, according to the Electoral Act, it is capable of inciting violent reaction and emotions from other organizations like the Labour Party, supporters of the Labour Party, and it's an infringement on Section 92, Sub 1 and 2 of the Electoral Act. Section 92 of the Electoral Act says that your campaign or slogan should not be tainted with abusive language, contemptuous language, insinuations, innuendos that are capable of causing violent reactions and emotions. And from what Festus have said, those words used are capable of causing violent reaction and emotions, especially from persons supporting the Labour Party candidate.
Right. I'm going through your petition to the Inspector General of Police. You actually use very strong words. You said it's quite provocative, it's tempestuous and inciting. Since you actually submitted that petition earlier this month, what has been the response from the IGP's office, if any?
Yeah, we are normally what they do is to really look at it and try to verify, to be able to establish if those statements were actually made by Keyamo. But I know that some officers have been looking into the petition. They've contacted us to tell us that they will take the subsequent actions to ensure that, because this is not just all about Festus. We don't need anything to heat up the politics right now. Nigerians have witnessed a lot of violence. Nigeria have witnessed a lot of tension, and we don't need anything right now to tense, the political atmosphere. So politicians, if you look at our letter, we are particularizing that of Festus Keyamo, but generally, we are saying that politicians should be warned from making statements that are capable of inciting, bringing political tension.
But it is clear. It is clear in the Electoral Act, Sub 92, just as you raised, that no contemptuous, language or insinuation, incitement should be made. Does the police need the petition before they swing into action?
Good question. Good question. Well, we assume that those statements made by politicians.
Because INEC cannot arrest them. INEC does not have such...
It should have warranted an immediate invitation, really.
Yeah, but
going by what the law says.
Again, well, that is why people like us are there, the human rights organization.
To put the police on their toes.
To bring the attention of the IG, of the police, if peradventure they've not they've not seen that particular, they've not noticed that particular statement. But it's also very important so that it raises the attention of the IG to statements made by politicians, because even the police are overwhelmed by the various insecurity in the country. So they don't need anything extra to tense,
Right, which is quite critical, because even the IGP himself, not too long ago, a fortnight ago to be precise, he had actually, assured Nigerians that the 2023 elections security would not be a challenge. But I know that you are an INEC accredited observer. You did observe some of season's elections, and I want to get your take, really. INEC's preparedness for the general elections, your general overview, and some of the areas that needs improvement.
Yeah, INEC has really made a lot of improvement. Of course, we have seen the use of beavers. We have also noticed that under the new Electoral Act, the issue of card reader and other electronic devices have now been recognized by the Electoral Act. Unlike before, we used the card reader, and so many cases that went to court, even to Supreme Court, the Supreme Court now said, look, card reader is not recognized under the Electoral Act. But with this new innovation, the card reader and other electronic devices have been captured in the Electoral Act. Then INEC have gone further to ensure that the issue of BVAS, which is the Bimodal Voter Accreditation System, should ensure that the process of voting is transparent. And you heard INEC chairman say something some few days ago that it will be difficult to rig the election. It is basically because of the use of the beavers. So, and again, the innovation is that there's what we call the IREV, the INEC result valuation portal, so that while the voting is going on, you can sit in comfort of your house and monitor the result. Because even the new INEC guideline have also made provisions that immediately the results in the polling unit is being counted, presiding officer can transmit that result to the portal. So those are the innovation brought in by INEC. And one of the things, like you said, where I think INEC should really look at, and we have always raised the attention of INEC, is how to cure the issue of vote buying, which is a major challenge for INEC. And INEC, of course, we have seen INEC inviting agencies like the EFCC and all of that, but that have not really done anything significant. But what we think should be done is that INEC should ensure that the cubicle, because the electoral process is open secret process. Now, so open in the sense that you pick up your ballot, secret in the sense that when you're going to vote,
to cast the ballot,
you cast your ballot, nobody should know who you are voting for. But what we have seen in the past is that you pick up your ballot, when you approach the cubicle, you thumbprint and you showed one or two persons who are the party you are voting for. So we want INEC to ensure that the voting process is open and secret. Secrecy in the terms of who you are voting for. Secrecy in the terms of the party you are voting for. They should ensure that the voting cubicle is such that guarantees the secrecy of the electoral process.
And of course, the security agencies too, deployed to various polling units, wards, and everywhere, must live up to expectation too. Isn't this our own Nigeria, and they're part of it?
That is very critical. What we have seen in the past, especially in the last election for the Kogi state, we discovered that security agencies were involved, were compromised, in favor of a particular political party. So we are appealing to the security agency to be neutral. For God's sake, we should ensure that the process is transparent enough. The result is such that Nigerians will believe in the system, and that
which is quite critical. But one wonders, if the IGP doesn't respond to your petition, what happens next, really?
Of course, we take them to court. We take those issues to court and ask the court for
All right, let's not beat the gun and wait for investigation, thorough one, to be carried out and see what comes out of it. Giwa Victor, a lawyer and the National Coordinator Advocate for People's Rights and Justice. Thanks very much for coming to Newsnight. You're welcome back, and you're still watching Newsnight, reaching you from Nigeria's capital in Abuja. I'm Christian Ogudo.
And I am Amaka Udewalka. Well, let's take a look at some other stories now. The Minister of Defense, Major General Bashir Magashi, has urged all alumni of the Nigerian Defense Academy to continue to work towards the sovereignty of the country. The minister gave the charge at the 35th anniversary celebration of 39 regular course of the academy. The week-long event included a medical outreach and donations to hospitals and orphanages, sports competition, and a night gala. The officers from the Nigerian Army, Navy, and the Air Force during the occasion recalled with nostalgia their experiences during their training days at the academy. They also honored fallen heroes of the course, their spouses, and some of the instructors who tutored them in the NDA.
With the commitment of all of us, we shall definitely overcome all the challenges that are posed to us as a country. And we are grateful to the President, Commander-in-Chief, our service chiefs, the Honorable Minister, and all our leaders for all the great job they are doing. And we commit to do more to ensure that Nigeria comes out of the insecurity it's suffering currently.
Well, I think each and every one of us really witnessed what happened. And it goes to express the commonness amongst ourselves, the unity, the bond. By our training, we tend not to forget who are our own and who we've been together through thick and thin. And we make ways to ensure that we foster greater harmony, greater bond, even with the family of our fallen heroes, our fallen colleagues.
For most of us, it says a lot about a journey that some of us have embarked on for so many years, being partners to this wonderful gentleman of the armed forces. It says a lot of thanksgiving because many have gone, and we really do celebrate the fallen heroes. But that we have the opportunity to be here, alive and well with our husbands, says a lot about today. These gentlemen have sworn to defend the territorial integrity of this nation for the past 35 years, and they've done so well.
Okay, thousands of youths in Jos, the Plateau State capital, staged a solidarity rally in support of the presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Peter Obi, ahead of the 2023 general elections. The youths took to the streets of Jos carrying banners and chanting songs amid heavy traffic. The march, tagged 2 Million March for Peter Obi, according to the supporters, is a solidarity with the virtues, values Peter Obi stands for. Convener, Coalition for a Better and Brighter Nigeria, Prophet Isa El-Buba, said Nigeria needs a messiah that will change the situation of the nation, and hence the need for the solidarity rally for Peter Obi.
Of my office and be the father of all, but I chose to sacrifice my life for your own safety. My family chose to make a sacrifice for your own success. So number 3, I want you to use your mouth more than ever to publicize the new Nigeria project. The entire middle belt are the ones holding Nigeria. And today, in this stadium, the center of the middle belt, the middle belt is standing with Peter Obi.
And Governor Yahaya Bello of Kogi State has been appointed as the National Youth Coordinator of the Tinubu Shetima Presidential Campaign Council. The appointment was conveyed in a letter addressed to Governor Bello, signed by the presidential candidate of the All Progressive Congress, Asiwaju Bola Tinubu. Where Tinubu in the letter said Bello, who was an aspirant in the party's presidential primaries, deserved the appointment owing to his impressive political achievements and the exemplary leadership he had demonstrated as governor of his state and as a member of the party. But Tinubu says he is confident that Governor Bello would do his best in his responsibility given to him so that the party could run an effective message-driven campaign which would lead to victory in the 2023 presidential election.
Country Director, MacArthur Foundation, Nigeria, Dr. Kole Shetima, has called on Nigerian youths to channel their energy towards making an impact in the country. Shetima, who spoke at a two-day conference organized by the Mandela Washington Fellowship Alumni Association of Nigeria in Abuja, says the End SARS protests were a reflection of the energy, the creativity, the passion young people have for the country, which could be channeled not just as protests, but for developmental causes.
I think that, we are a youthful country in the sense that about 70% of our population, the median age is 18.1. So this is a very youthful country. Now, this youthful country, this youthful age can be a dividend, which means it can be a benefit and profitable for our people, or it can be a disaster for itself. The line between benefit and disaster is in terms of, do you invest in their education? Do you invest in their health? Do you slow down your population growth? And do you give them economic opportunities? If you don't do both things, that benefit, that potential benefit, then becomes a disaster.
It's when we work together that we can achieve much. We can only achieve very little when we are working individually. But when we work together, those in government within us, those who are in private establishments, those who head civic engagement, NGOs come together, we can actually achieve much, much more. So we have not had that. And a lot of people went for the fellowship. We don't want this fellowship to be the goal. Our goal should be impact. And there is no how we can impact when we don't have, something like this, where people can come together and we can equally lift ourselves. We also notice that this is a fellowship that can actually impact on our unity in Nigeria.
One opportunity can change your life, and MWF is one of such opportunities. When I returned in 2017 from the Mandela Washington Fellowship, I've been able to boost up my work at the Star Education and Leadership Initiative, that's the NGO I run. I've been able to impact more people. I've been also able to work and function at the community level, that's the alumni level. So for the past 5 years, we've been empowering young people, secondary school children through different programs.
An Independent Petroleum Marketers Association of Nigeria, IPMAN in Port Harcourt, has staged a protest to demand that they should be allowed to receive what it described as IPMAN trip levy from its members. Well, the protesters marched from Isaac Borough Park in Port Harcourt to the River State Government House, where they registered their grievance. Well, leader of the protest, Oziejuke Chubike, says receiving the levy is the right of the association. Well, he says in a bid to carry out their duties, they were harassed by the police and attacked by thugs.
I still insist that IPMAN is not on strike. IPMAN has never been on strike. We will not go on strike. It is because we are not Taka drivers. We are IPMAN. The product belongs to us. The trucks are driven by our employees. The drivers are our employees. They are not at par with us. We pay them salary. Today, they appear to be bigger than their employers. And we say no to that. Because once they threaten that strike and they shut down, people will begin to bend laws to accommodate them. Enough is enough. Our demand is that we must exercise the rights and privilege of our office as enshrined in our constitution. There is no faction. IPMAN is one. The matter has been settled by the Supreme Court. We need to collect our IPMAN trip levy among our generals and sanitize the system.
Meanwhile, some members of the Independent Petroleum Marketers Association in Port Harcourt, however, insisted that no one in the state had the right to receive levy from their members. The members say further plan to resume the collection of levy by the Chinedu Okoronkwo-led IPMAN may lead to more crises and scarcity of the products in the state. They insist that the protesting group in the state be called to order.
When the president is in charge, then his deputy will take automatically from him after 3 years. Now there's another person who's parading another constitution of 5 years. And Chinedu Koronko now is claiming the leadership of IPMAN and is parading a Dutch court judgment.
As an association, we normally have what we call an general meeting. And that annual general meeting, we all agree on what we will pay and how much we will pay. And the mode of payment, there's nothing as such levy, that this levy is going to cause unnecessary havoc on marketers because products are high and we cannot be able to do anything again that will increase the suffering of the people. So he decided that, we all decided that we are not going to pay him, that this 15,000 naira is uncalled for.
And the Central Bank, you're reading, Amaka,
well,
am I right?
The Central Bank of Nigeria has again called on entrepreneurs to take advantage of NISOL's Central Bank of Nigeria-backed program targeted at entrepreneurs in the agricultural value chain at a concessionary interest rate of 9%. CBN's head of public advocacy and relationship management, Mrs. Jemima Dabo, made the call at a personal and business acceleration masterclass put together by Moneyline with Nancy.
Nigeria is a population of about over 200 million, and you cannot expect that every Nigerian would access. However, there's that potential. If you try today, it might just be something that you do not have, probably a requirement, probably collateral, probably you've not done your books well, probably you engage the banks again and go and do your books well, and then you can access the funds.
The superstructure for the small entrepreneurs to work is what is missing. For example, we weren't able to get our steel sector going. When we talk about small and micro entrepreneurship in Germany, in China, the difference is that in those places, they've mastered how to create small implements, small machines that are easily accessible for secondary and tertiary production, such that they are prolific at it and they have started to engage even the export market.
It's a nexus between the business people and the government itself. If you see, we also involved a lot of government agencies here. You can see the central bank itself, because just like from the presentation that the central bank has been called, their policies have been strangling, and that is why we brought them here. So actually also hear from the business owners themselves. So it's not just business owners talking to themselves. PABAM, Personal and Business Acceleration Masterclass, will be the connection between business owners and policymakers. We will be there together. You will get to hear us. What are your problems? They'll tell you, you will hear.
Okay, Katsina state government says adequate measures are being put in place towards having secured teaching and learning environment as primary and secondary schools resume for the 2022 to 2023 academic session. The state's commissioner for education, Badamasi Lawal Charanchi, says despite the country challenges in some of the local council areas, day and boarding schools are still operating. And he said the state government is not deterred by the threats from the bandits, as billions of naira have been spent, especially in construction and renovation of primary and secondary schools across the state.
Measures are being taken by the state government that need not to be revealed because of security situation. But these security efforts are on, and they are making parents and students to have confidence in self-schooling in our various secondary schools in the state. If you take infrastructure, for instance, in the Ministry of Education alone, the spending is more than 20 billion naira, because a number of schools have been renovated, some partially, some fully renovated. And the renovation cut across the 3 senatorial zones in Katsina State.
Well, let's take a look at other stories now. Lush Hair Nigeria at the weekend created a record of the longest braid hairstyle as part of the hashtag Break the Lush Record Challenge. Well, the braid measured 105 feet and 2 inches in length during an event held in Ikeja City Mall in Lagos State. Well, officials of Lush Hair said the event was just another way to celebrate the brand and their loyal customers and promised even more. Well, here are the details.
The Ikeja City Mall is all wearing the pink, the Lush Hair brand official color, as the event to create the longest braid hairstyle gets underway. Music, games, plenty of lush hair goodie bags and exciting prizes are on display, all to create a perfect atmosphere for customers and others joining the events.
A couple of days ago at the Big Brother house, Team Kinky Royale set a record of 36 feet and 1 inch as the longest braid. And while we're here to break that record, but we're not just doing it alone, we are doing it with some couple of friends.
The real task of the day begins with the normal braiding by different sets of individuals, some professionals and others just trying it for the fun of it.
I'm excited to be part of those, making the longest. It's not easy, but I just did.
Braiding makes me happy, so I feel nice being part of Lush Hair today.
Lush Hair model Fi Oluwafemi sits calmly while different people try their hands deploying her hair in the Lush extension for the Break the Lush record. She's super excited to be at the center of it.
I feel very beautiful. I feel very gorgeous. I'm really, really excited about today. I'm shocked and I'm amazed about it.
About 4 hours after, a 105 feet and 2 inches braid has been created to the excitement of all.
We have hit a record of 105 feet and 2 inches. So on behalf of Lush Hair Nigeria, we want to thank everyone who came out here to participate, who came out here to join this challenge, and because we all, with your help, we've made this a success.
The brains behind the brand are promising more exciting creations, as Lush Hair is not just seeking that the African woman feels confident and beautiful, but also make her slay with some swag.
And a South African, what, you want to make some comments
Not
there?
at all.
It would be nice.
It looks really pretty.
It would be nice to see you wear that.
Well,
105 feet?
You never know. I might just style it up in a way that is acceptable by all.
That would be some. It's like carrying the Zuma rock on your head.
You'll be surprised, we ladies, what we go through just
All
to
right.
keep up appearances.
Okay. And a South African brewery has launched Flying Fish, a premium flavored beer aimed at young adults to provide a unique and refreshing taste experience. Mosun Ogiolu covered the event, and here's the report.
A South Africa brewer of premium flavored beer, Flying Fish, has launched a new variant called Zesty Lemonade flavor. And it's a lighter version of the traditional beer.
We present the new Flying. Cheers.
Speaking at the event, the marketing director, International Breweries, Tolu Adedeji, says it's a zesty lemon-flavored alcohol with a taste that's special, unique, and different, with a perfect blend of premium beer. She encourages all responsible adults to try the drink because of its refreshing taste.
Our brand today is so special. It's called Flying Fish for a reason. I'm sure you've never seen a fish fly. That's why this brand is also very unique. It's very unexpected. It's very different. The flavored alcoholic beer, the perfect blend of premium beer and a zesty lemon flavor that makes it so unique and so distinct. For people that love a bit of that, alcohol and a bit of the flavor at the same time. So it's perfectly blended for that. We would like to encourage all responsible adults out there to try it. Don't forget to drink responsibly. It's amazing, it's refreshing, and you're going to love it for sure. Nothing tastes like it.
Also speaking at the event, the marketing manager, International Breweries, Kwezi Vika, confirms it's the first time the brand is being launched in Nigeria. The brand is a premium blend, and the company has made sure it tastes different from any other beer in the market.
It's a premium beer, it's flavored, unlike other beers, and it's got zesty lemon flavor in it. It's something different that the market hasn't experienced. So that's what's going to make it different in the market. It was launched in South Africa in 2014, and now we've extended into Nigeria.
Flying Fish beer is targeted at young adults to provide them with a unique and refreshing taste, as well as an experience that's perfect for every chilled occasion.
Okay, some sporting stories
Absolutely.
now. And we've got Nigeria's Play 2 United defeating Gabonese champion stand Manji by lone goal and progress to the next round of the Champions League. In the first leg, by the Nigerian side, played out a 2-2 draw against the Gabonese side, and the away goals put them in the driving seat for the second leg in the 63rd minute, as Hagai Kato headed in the only goal of the match. With a victory, Plateau United will face former African champions Esperance of Tunisia in the round of the qualifier. Elsewhere, NPFL champions Rivers United progressed to the next round of the CAF Champions League despite going down to a 1-0 defeat against Liberia's Watanga FC. They really promised that they were going to defeat
the Liberians.
Rivers United, yeah, but they said 5-0.
5-0, but we didn't get that, but all the same. You know what, let's move away from football and take a look at some basketball stories now. Well, Enugu State-born US-based basketball star Zeka Naji, in partnership with the NBA Africa, to give back to society through the commissioning of the first of 5 basketball facilities in Nigeria. Organizers say the opening of the basketball facility in Enugu State will increase young residents' interest in the game of basketball. The academy will host inter-schools competitions where bright talents will be exposed to international scouts, as they're already partnering with the National Basketball Association, of course the Professional Basketball League, to assist with coaching and mentoring for the benefits of residents of Enugu State.
This has been a collaboration with the NBA Players Association, as well as USAID and NBA Africa. The game of basketball teaches life skills like dedication, determination, perseverance, and collaboration, to name a few. In partnership with NBA Africa, we are offering a diversified curriculum to teach young people this game fundamentally. We hope the opening of this facility will offer these young people an opportunity to unleash their potential.
As far as I'm concerned, this is a talent hunt where you seek to tap from the people around. So I bet you that in the next 5 years, this part of the constituency where I represent will have a lot of people that are interested in the game of basketball, which to me is also part of empowerment for the people.
Our plan is to do, first of all, we'll conquer the fight in the southeast. So in every southeastern city in Nigeria, we're going to erect one basketball court like the one we have here. They will now go all the states in Nigeria. They'll also now go across Africa to make sure that everybody, most African children, get access to quality basketball. We're partnering with the NBA and NBA Africa. So the NBA is going to bring in invaluable coaches and mentoring, scouts, and also mentoring from international players. So there's really going to be a world of good that is going to be done for the children.
Right.
Yeah, that's great. It's giving back to society.
Yeah,
it's really nice.
I like the
love
fact that
yeah.
you know, they're talking about scouting for young talents,
Absolutely.
which is what something you and I have actually
They
spoken
won't
about,
scout
and
for
we
you and
agree.
I in
Not you and I. We're talking about the next big stars, so that way we're not heavily dependent on those who play outside of the shores of the country, really. So.
All right.
Good one.
Thank you for watching Newsnight, and that brings us to the end of this edition with me, Christian.
I thought you were going to say Amaka Ode Walker. And of course, me, Amaka Ode Walker. From all of us here in Abuja, as well as the teams around the globe, have a good night and thank you for watching.
As you adjust to the new realities for operating your business and engaging with your customers, let us help you transform your business into a digital powerhouse capable of adapting and taking advantage of today's opportunities. With our best-in-class array of digital solutions, you can conduct your business, receive payments from your customers, and perform transactions quickly, safely, and conveniently, because we've got you covered with the right people, technology, and service offerings. Contact us today and let us take your business to its zenith. Zenith Bank, in your best interest.
Where is Glory?
Excuse me, ma'am.
Glow! Where Glow now?
I dare here.
Glow don't go village. Tell all our customer abi.
Everybody pay attention. See, now Glow berekete 10x. Now he might they take tension my customers. Now they dash me 10 times the credits when I load. Or even summer me double data join.
Yeah. Wait, so with 1.5 when they give all of us, so you they enjoy up to 15,000 naira credit and data.
And I say I never finish you. See, when I say if you enjoy, if you not join Glow berekete 10x, when I go get 1,000 naira welcome credits. You just carry your phone, dial *777#. Finish. Glow, you don't win.
Una see they here. Hello, please, I'm looking for Glow. Please save now Glow with they fine. Now Glow with they go. Okay, so
enjoy 10 times the value of your recharge on Glow Berekete 10X. You also get 1,000 naira for calls and data and double data bonus on your subscription.
The Duchess International Hospital opened its doors in October 2021. The mission of the hospital is to reverse medical tourism. We take particular care here at the Duchess to bring together a combination of the brightest and the best locally, as well as Nigerians in the diaspora who are interested in returning to do very good work for the benefit of our patients here in this country.
The good thing is that we have all international expertise here, all international facilities here, international people working here. Everything is coming together in a space which was considered not great in terms of the availability of healthcare.
Access Bank, of course, has been able to provide us with a robust range of products and services that has enabled us to deliver that standard and quality of healthcare that is integral to our mission as an organization.